Okay, everyone, thank you so much for joining the session with Rochester Community and Technical College today. My name is Tiffany Betcher. I am the admissions representative and outreach coordinator for our college here. I will have all of my contact information at the end of the presentation. So if you do have any questions after the session today, just be prepared once I get to that screen to take a screenshot or a picture of it. So that way you have that information and you are able to connect with me. So a little bit more about RCTC. A lot of students like to kind of know the numbers because they are interested in a specific size institution. So RCTC, we are the second largest two-year school outside of the Twin Cities area, and we serve just under 12,000 students on an annual basis. Now that number is a little deceiving because that does include our non-credit-based coursework, such as our the motorcycle safety training, nursing assistant, state exam, things to that sort. So actively enrolled this semester, we are right around that 5,000 student mark. You can see a breakdown between males and females. Now, this is a college as a whole. We definitely have programs where those ratios are flip-flopped. We definitely also have programs where they are going to be skewed more one way or the other. Now, something that is unique about RCTC, because we are a community and technical college, most of our programs allow a student to pursue those programs at the that pace that they feel most comfortable at. And that allows a student to enroll full-time or part-time, meaning that they're only taking 1 or 2, maybe 3 classes per semester instead of the 4 or 5. Right now, the majority at 58% of our students are enrolling full-time. And so their goal is to finish that full 2-year degree within the 2 years. According to our students, as they've submitted their application, they have 27% of our students have identified themselves as a student of color, and 56% of our students are between the ages of 17 and 25. So they're coming to us either right after high school graduation or shortly after that. You are going to see a lot of individuals that are going to be very like-minded like you as they are coming out of that high school realm. Okay, a little bit about the academics. So we have over 70 academic programs that students can pursue with RCTC, and we have narrowed those down into 10 guided academic pathways. And what those academic pathways end up being for our students is that they are very like-minded programs of study. So if a student decides that maybe one program isn't necessarily what they were really looking for, they can look at the other programs within their pathway, and there's not going to be a huge jump as far as what curriculum courses need to be completed. So for instance, if a student is pursuing an accounting degree with RCTC and they decide, no, maybe I want to switch over to business, or maybe I want to add business, it may only be a difference of 5 or 6 courses. Now, if they switch pathways, so they go from that accounting to nursing, they know that there's very well maybe a larger jump as far as the number of credits or courses that they need to complete that new degree. RCTC has always been big on online course offerings, so we do have over 300 course options available online, and overall over 1,200 individual courses that students can choose from to complete their degree. Now, as I mentioned, over 70 academic programs that students can choose from. Those are going to be in the liberal arts and sciences area and also our career and technical area. So liberal arts and sciences area is going to be that area that's going to be preparing you to be able to transfer out to a 4-year institution. So go ahead and work on obtaining that bachelor's degree. The career and technical areas are going to be that area that we are getting you the skills and knowledge, getting you that training to be able to go right out into the workforce. Something that is unique for RCTC is that we do have programs that can be completed in as little as 16 weeks or 1 semester. And we do have additional programs that are going to take the 2 years, maybe sometimes even longer, as they are special admission programs, meaning that students do need to meet some certain criteria before they can start taking those program related courses. A few areas I wanted to point out specifically within the liberal arts area would be our transfer pathways. These are very unique pathways. You can see all of the ones that RCTC is currently offering, but essentially what a student is doing is that they are completing an associate's degree at RCTC with a focus in one of these areas, and then they are guaranteed a junior transfer status at any of the 7 state universities. So that would be like Mankato, Winona, St. Cloud, Southwest State, Metro, Bemidji, and also Moorhead. So like I said, guaranteed junior status into any of those 7 state universities if you are interested in any of these particular programs of study. So 2 years RCTC, 2 years at that 4-year institution, and you have that bachelor's degree. Speaking of pathways, we do have a set of programs that are called Path to Purple here at RCTC. A lot of students know of Winona State University, but Winona State University does have a Rochester campus as well. And the unique thing about Winona State University Rochester is that they have completion programs, meaning that they do only offer the junior and senior level coursework of those bachelor's degrees. And so they actually have students complete freshman and sophomore level year at RCTC, and then they transfer specifically into Winona State University Rochester for these completion programs for their junior and senior level year. So a very unique opportunity for students who want to stay within the Rochester area and they are interested in these particular programs of study. The other unique thing is that about half of these programs are actually held here on the RCTC campus. And so it's really easy for students to make that transition to that 4-year university if they do decide to stick with Winona State. Okay, so going on to our student services and resources. We've talked about the academics, and of course, we want all of our students to be successful. So we have a wide variety of student services and resources that students are able to be active in and use throughout their time with RCTC. So we do have advising and counseling. So they are helping with a variety of things, that academic planning, career exploration, inventory testing, all of that. We do have a free drop-in tutoring center within our learning center. So students can go and use that facility whenever they would like, and it fits into their schedule. Student health services, and this is going to also include mental health services. So everything from participating in a flu shot clinic, if you would like to get that flu shot, to strep throat testing, mental health services, all can be done right in there free of charge. We do have an equity and inclusion resource center for our students as well. It's a great resource center, nice little hangout area. It does include a lot of the services and resources within RCTC and also our community, and those resources that do come in a variety of languages, so that way students do feel comfortable reaching out for those. We do have veteran and family services available. We do take the GI Bill. So if you are an individual that has access to that, you are able to use that with RCTC. We do have disability support services. Learning, physical and mental disabilities are going to be the areas that they are able to support, and they are able to help students receive accommodations in courses if that is part of your plan. We do also offer TRIO student support services for first-generation college students, students who are Pell Grant eligible. So those are students that have a lower income status, and also students with documented disabilities. Now, you only have to meet one of those 3 criteria in order to participate in the program. And that program is going to have tutoring services, enrichment activities, another support level here on campus for our students. We do have campus technology, including computer labs here on campus, the ability for students to check out for free of charge, laptops, MiFis, all of that in order to be able to stay up to date with their courses. And then we do also have international student services. Going on to student life, which is one of the things that makes it RCTC a little bit more unique because we are a two-year school, but at the same time, we do have a full student life program. So we do have student government. We have over 25 different clubs and organizations that students are able to be involved with. And those clubs and organizations are going to be everything from interest-based to academic-based. So we do have a student nursing forum, but we also have a flannel lovers club. So if you enjoy wearing flannels, that club is going to be for you. Some of our clubs and organizations do actually compete at a club level. So like, for instance, our table tennis club, they have competed in national tournaments. So something unique that students can take advantage of. We do also have performing arts, if that is an interest for you. So we do have band, choir, and theater. So if you are interested in performing arts, hopefully one of those three strikes your interest and you are able to be part of those. We do also offer athletics. We do have varsity Division III athletics, 8 varsity sports, and then we do also offer intramural sports. One thing to keep in mind with all of our performing arts events and our athletic events, you do get access to those completely free of charge, as well as being able to use our sports center, so our weight room, our indoor track, and so forth. So just keep that in mind if you do decide to enroll with RCTC. Going into the affordability of RCTC, some students, this is one of those first things that they do take a look at. Other students, that they look at those other factors first, but I always like to give students a heads up on what the cost of attendance is. So first and foremost, we are a Minnesota State College, we are able to keep our cost of attendance down relatively low. And we do charge by the credit. So if you're registered in 9 credits, that is what you'll be paying for. If you're registered in 18, that is what you'll be paying for. There's a that scale, if it's 10, that's what you're paying. Right now, as you can see, we are just under $200 per credit. And so you can kind of see as we go out how much the credits are. Now, keep in mind, to be considered a full-time student, you do need to be enrolled in at least 12 credits. And you can see even at 12 credits, tuition and student fees is going to be at less than that $2,500 per semester. 15 credits is still going to be just under that $3,000 mark. Now, once again, these numbers that you are seeing will end up being your tuition and student fees. You do need to purchase your textbooks, and that is going to be an extra charge above and beyond the numbers that you are seeing on the screen at the current time. Students do have the ability to purchase their textbooks, but we do also have a textbook rental program if that is something that a student is interested in, and being able to save some additional dollars on those textbooks and so forth. So we do have ways to help students that save some dollars on those textbooks if they so choose to. Now, paying for those courses, the students are able to apply and receive financial aid. And when we say financial aid, you want to start out by filling out that FAFSA application, that free application for federal student aid. And that's going to see if you qualify for grants, work study, and also student loans. So if you're interested in any of those 3 types of dollars, that you do need to submit that FAFSA application, and the sooner the better, so that way we can go ahead and get that processed for you. But another unique thing about RCTC is that the amount of dollars that we do give away in scholarships each and every single year. So we have over 230 students that do get scholarships. Over $250,000 is awarded each and every single year. And our most common award does end up being about $1,000. And so we tell students, okay, tuition fees, 15 credits each semester is about $6,000. You get a $1,000 scholarship. You've got a sixth of your tuition already paid for. Now, the nice thing about our scholarship application is that it does open up a little bit later. So usually right after the first of the year, it's due sometime in February, but it's one application and that you apply for as many scholarships that you actually qualify for. So we've seen students that have applied for 20 plus scholarships with just one simple application, and it's online so students can go back and forth, work on it, save it, go back into it later, and so forth. All students who are accepted to RCTC at the time that the application opens, they do receive a communication letting them know that that scholarship application is now available. Okay, I'm gonna take a couple of minutes to go through our enrollment process. So if you've got any questions, go ahead and feel free to type those in. If you have specific questions regarding a specific program, I can certainly answer those as well for you today. But our enrollment process is fairly simple. We are an open door institution. So what that means is that as long as a student has completed their high school diploma or their GED, or they do apply to us during their senior year with an anticipated graduation date, we are going to be able to go ahead and get them accepted. We are not looking for specific ACT, SAT, MCAs, GPAs, or anything to that sort to get you admitted into the general college. So first step is to submit that completed application for admission, and that can be done online at any time, and there is no application fee. We do have the application deadlines here on the screen for you. We don't encourage you to wait until that late to submit your applications, because you do need to have the application in to continue through that enrollment process. But if your plans change last minute, we are pretty flexible as far as how late we are able to accept those applications. So for fall semester, 2 weeks prior to the start of the semester, we can still take those applications 1 week for the spring. And then our summer, we have no true deadline, as we do have classes that start different times of this summer. Now, once again, these are the deadlines for the general college. We do have special admission programs that do have different application deadlines. And some of those programs are going to be our nursing, our dental, even our facilities and service and auto mechanics have a secondary application, but those are more first come, first serve basis, where some of our other programs are point-based. After you've submitted the application, you're going to want to have your transcripts and test scores sent. Now, once again, we don't require these test scores in order to be admitted. However, if you do have them, we can use those to eliminate a portion of our enrollment process. So we do strongly encourage that if you have the opportunity to take them, that you take them and that you try your best on those, so that way we can eliminate having to do additional testing down the road. So transcripts, high school and college, if you have completed any college coursework, and you can see the whole slew of test scores that we are able to take. So once again, ACT, SAT, MCAs, Accuplacer, CLEP, and AP. So any and all those that you have, go ahead and send those over to us. Next step is to apply for financial aid. So once again, filling out that FAFSA, that free application for federal student aid. When you get within the FAFSA, you are able to search for schools that you want to send your information to. You can search for it based off of the school code, which RCTC's is 002373. Otherwise, you can search by city and state. So whichever works out best for you. The earlier, once again, the better when you do apply for financial aid, and the financial aid application is open for students who will be enrolling fall of 2022. We do also have the apply for scholarships with our foundations office listed underneath here. And once again, those applications will become available after the first of the year. The next step is for students to complete orientation, and this is going to be based off an on-demand availability, and all new students are required to complete the orientation. And once you complete the orientation, it's going to help us determine what path you need to take for registration. And so this is where we are going to start looking and seeing, okay, do we have high school transcripts, college transcripts, test scores on file, and or not? If you do not have those things on file, you may be asked to complete placement testing. And this is going to be specifically the Next Gen Reading Accuplacer and also the ALEX Math testing. And so you'll have to complete those testings prior to moving on to the next step of complete registration. If you have those ACT scores or Accuplacer scores already on file, you may be able to skip that placement testing altogether and go straight to complete registration. So students will meet with advisors to register for those courses, and we encourage students to complete those as early as possible, so that way they have the best course selections available. We do have some courses that go a little bit faster than others, particularly during specific times that students want them 2 days a week versus 3 days a week, or they want the online version versus the on-campus version, various things like that. As far as timelines of when those orientation will start to become available, and also the registrations for students starting fall of 22, that will be mid-spring, starting sometime in the month of April. We don't have specific dates at this point in time. And once you are registered for courses, you are an official RCTC student. And so that you're able to go ahead and get your student ID card. You are going to be able to start using the sports facility, things like that. So a really nice opportunity for our students. The other thing is that with RCTC is once you are a registered student for a specific semester, and we are in that specific semester, you do get free transportation via Rochester Transit System. So if you're registered for fall of 22, from the first day of fall all the way to the last day of that fall semester, you can ride that public transit system as much as you would like to, and you will not be charged for that, as that is something that we do provide to our students. Okay, so that is the end of the presentation. I wanted to make sure that we stayed within our timelines here. So here is all of my contact information. So my office phone, my cell phone number, I do have a link on there that you can schedule a virtual appointment. And it can be a general appointment, it can be a program specific appointment, wherever, whichever you feel most comfortable with. There's also a secondary link in that blue boxed area and a QR code that you can scan or type in the address to, and you can fill out your information, and I will go ahead and mail you some information. So whichever you would prefer. And that is going to be the end of everything. So I'm just going to leave this up here just in case that individuals would like to, once again, take a picture, take a screenshot, whatever it may be. But if there's any questions, you can just go ahead and put those in, and I will go ahead and answer those as they come in. But I do want to say thank you, everyone. I know we're coming up to our timeline here. So thank you to everyone for attending, and just let me know if you have any questions, and hopefully we will see you or hear from you soon.